Should be streaming.
Hi, everyone. Big day, CPI, 11 a.m. EST time for Mike and me. Theme of my talk today is patience pays, Mike. So last week we talked about yields on the employment report, getting up to a critical area at 420. We broke out here today on the CPI. It wasn't benign. So, people are starting to reprice. Actually, if this breakout holds, we could see 460. It's a 40 BIP range, so breakout over this 420 measures up there. So, it's not news to me because, I was bearish TLT, talking 90 or so. We could be there pretty soon. And just a couple of other things. The Dixie got up to 61.8 up here at 104.80. I'm not fading it yet. I think that we
Really?
could probably go. Yeah, I'm
right.
thinking we could go to 105.80. If yields are going still higher, I'm not saying we can't pull back, but dollar would have to take out 103.80, which is what I said in my video yesterday. So maybe we're going 580. The other thing that was worked out pretty good was being patient on the gold. I've been talking about a flush under 2,000. Here we are. Let's see what we do at about 1950. Silver's been even worse. Okay, so
Silver
silver,
sucks.
I've been talking
It's
about
going to get even worse because that's the one that's been holding up.
yeah,
The
21
longer
handle.
the longer people waited for it to outperform gold that it doesn't, then they'll sell it and reverberate back to something else that's cheaper right now, whatever it may be.
Okay, and platinum. Maybe we're going to gun for the low. I also want to show GDX, which is all the miners are getting killed. Okay, here's GDX 2611.
Look
Okay,
at SSRM. You'll fall over, hopefully in a good way. Or not.
Anyway, I've been talking about 25 on GDX for a while. We're not that far away from it. If this dollar rally continues, we could be down here. I'll probe some stuff. I'll try some miners down here under 25, but it's no guarantee it's going to hold just because I have a couple of lines and fibs here. It could break down too, but I'll give it a shot. I've waited since up here, so I'm going to do at least partial long positions in miners when we trade under 25 in GDX. That's about all I have, Mike, except one last thing.
Look at
About
SSRM. We talk about it every day.
All right, I will. VIX just missed breaking out today. It's over 15 seals it, see right there, but I think it will. This is the first time a gap on Monday held. Normally they gap up and then they fill it. This is going to be a big warning sign over 15 in the VIX, and then we'll look at that one. So those people that were buying sweeps and it SS, is this it?
Yeah, it is. Oh no,
Is that it?
You know what? That's exactly what happened. Right. I knew
Wow.
that. I wouldn't laugh at that because somebody's in that freaking thing. I wouldn't laugh. Somebody's in this thing.
Well, I mean, it never had a good RSI picture. I talked about it when we were here. It never looked like it was, it's worse than natural gas. Anyway, so
Coach, that was fun. That's not fun.
huh?
Somebody's
Anyway,
bagging this thing.
Yeah.
That's
it.
You're never going to get out of that. Oh, you're waking up every morning at 4:30. If it's a 10%, you got to make back 200% to make back 100% loss.
I did that in the cannabis stocks last year. So anyway,
right now, one thing. No.
Yeah. So that's my take. When the dollar's good, most things are under pressure. When yields are going higher, most things are under pressure. I don't think either have finished. There will be bounces, but I think things are setting up for, important inflection points. Let's see what gold looks like. I mean, 1960, 50 is still, if we had another day like this, we could get there. And I'm wondering what you're doing on a risk off day. We talked yesterday afternoon, and you were shorting some of these crypto stocks, and I said, "Don't worry, Michael Saylor was on CNBC."
Now, I apologize for interrupting. It's just I get excited. I said on TGH, very rarely do I get the personal phone call after evenings and say and get solicited advice on the markets. We're friends, obviously. We talk about other things. And you said, I really think this VIX, you know, I still think it's in happening. It's coming to fruition, if you will. But you said the VIX is something to be tomorrow. So the bottom line is the whole premise of what we've been talking about is David Hunter, even we were on each other. All of us said the biggest moves come at the end. But you know what? I'm still bagged in this thing. You know what I mean? One day doesn't make a reversal. I'm still
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I do have some targets that I'll clue in our viewers in. I don't think we're going to make a new high yet. So I'm looking for, you know, just a normal correction in a bull market. You know, 46.5 would be about 61.8 back of this huge parabolic move. That would not disturb the bull trend. It may even just try and hold 48. But if we get through 48, I'd look for 46.5 or so. Worst case, 44. So I do think this is just beginning. So, you know, and in fact, a lot of NASDAQ stocks are coming back. You know, Apple's only down $1.30 trying to reverse here. AMD has already turned higher again. It looks like it's not done. It could rally to new highs yet. Amazon holding up okay, and Microsoft is trying to come back. So, but I think S&Ps have topped. I think NASDAQ has topped. And the one I was the most bearish was Dow.
Yeah,
because it had the weakest RSI pattern. Last week I talked about a 3 drive, and then yesterday we retested that 3 drive, and still we're diverging. Dow looks like the generals are running away from the front lines, man. They're chickens, these generals. So
and
they're
still
gonna. It's better than the troops deserting the generals, because then they really get slaughtered.
Coach, do me a favor. I know you don't like punching up a lot of quotes, but punch up a quote.
I don't mind.
PLCE is the symbol. You might have heard of it.
Sure.
Paul, Larry, Charlie, Echo.
Children's place.
Just take a look yesterday, or daily chart.
Okay.
It'll make SSRM look like a. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Now, 2 days ago, that chart, they blew out the numbers. Margin calls hit. It was $7.92.
Yeah.
2 days ago, it doubled. Yesterday, the high hit basically was 17. It more than doubled off the low. And I was shorted from about 16.50. I didn't get in it early. I took it off this morning at 14. Now it's 11. Just to show you that when you contra trade, you're so happy to be up in a contra trade that you really don't make the meat of the trade when it counts. So I established this. I established a new rule today, and it's because of one situation. Would you like to know what it is?
Yeah, I think it's.
I have 3 rules. I have 3. Here it is. You want to share a screen, Phil?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
First of all, here's the long-term chart. Good morning, everyone. Go back to TGH for all the updates this morning. Upgrades, downgrades, Wall Street, commentary, unbiased. You're sure than happy to ask me. We're all here. Okay. CCJ. First of all, I'm getting tired of contra trading, especially when this type of situation where I have to, basically have binary moves. I am in PLCE. I'm here to be an active trader. Hold on a second.
A lot of gap downs everywhere.
Well, how about this one? IoT I covered. IoT I was short. For example, this stock, not even maybe 6 trading hours ago, was 36.80. 36.80. I covered it this morning. Hold on. Let me see if it's here.
31, 32.
A lot of it. Okay, 32.80.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
All right. It did the print at 31.50. I don't know how it printed there. Believe me, I had bids, but it is what it is. All right. So 36 to what? 32? Coach, do them. I mean, that's 20%. Children's Play, same thing. Yesterday afternoon, I'm shorting this thing 2 days. All right, this is it. It opened at 1288. All of a sudden, I'm looking up. It's like 16. It's already doubled. So I start shorting it at 16. Hold on a sec. Let me take this off, and I'll slow down a
You
little
know,
bit.
Mike, this is not a market for amateurs.
No,
I'm sure retail's get killed in this stuff.
Coach, everybody on the planet got margin. And by the way, it's not. I'm not saying that I'm picking a stock that's in a resilient sector. Big Lots is going under. You know, there are a lot of stocks that are going under in this, respective sector. They're not, well, hold on, Dollar General, that are not acting well. They're one of them. First of all, one of my biggest positions is Walgreens, which I just saw bouncing again. It bounces every day in the afternoon on me. But Walgreens, and this was another one, shorting a stock under this is my new rule. Number one is you can't play VIX products. It's been like that since before I could shave.
That's a good rule.
Okay, I've had privy to my own. I have privy to thousands of accounts. Both.
I concur.
Okay, number one, and I've held to that. Last year, I've also applied a new rule. And please, everybody, this is not Mike Venezia pontificate hour. This is a person that has a thick skin, that's had a 30-year career that sometimes egregiously maybe overtrades, maybe undertrades, but I get it. With that being said, is number two. I don't play stocks under $3 anymore. That's what I don't do it anymore. Just don't do it. You can make it $2. You can make it $4. $5 is obviously what attracts funds. Nothing attracts a fund $5 or lower, from what I believe, Coach. I'm not sure, but still that way. It should be that way. Keep it that way. And number three, and after all these years, and I've made a lot of good money, hard money, contra trading. No more am I shorting stocks below or above the 50-day moving average, which right here is baby blue. Okay, example. Maybe if you want to try NVIDIA, don't short it. Maybe short it here. I'll short it here. That's above the 50. I don't care if NVIDIA, it's 720. I don't care if it was down $200 at 580. I'm still not going to short it because it's above the 50-day. Charles Schwab was a good day on the 50-day. I was bearish in the market to some degree because I thought there's a 50-day play. Very simple. How about pins? As everything was going up, pins rallied up. By the way, rallied up to the 50-day. It's not a contra trade. It's already broken. Blah blah blah. It's not like someone's trying to take the top on SMTI or VRT or coin even. I get it. It's all about, well, actually, coin is under the 50-day now. Maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, coin had the weakest rally of the
and another
prior
one is this,
ones.
Coach. CCJ, the leader in uranium. You're familiar with it. We say it every day.
We saw it up there.
We did, but now I'm short UEC, the baby brother.
And
it can't go down.
And it looks okay.
Me.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know. You know what? Even within the sector,
I'm short freaking 48,000 shares from 760. It's not killing me, but this thing should be.
It's killing you because you're not short CCJ, which is going down. All right.
So by the way, first of all, it's a leader. Second of all, it's now that the longer UEC doesn't go down, the longer I'm in trouble, as was our prelude to silver.
Okay, let me lay out another rule for me that I forget. You know, we have to retool because we default into some of these negative psychology type of trading habits at times. So here's a rule. You know,
usually when you get hurt, those rules don't happen when they're working.
I do a lot of correlation work, intermarket relationships. They mean a lot to me. They give me lots of tells. But when it comes to trading, I don't care if it's in the same sector or it's in a related sector. Each chart that you have in front of you is an individual entity with a mind of its own. It's unique. It can be influenced, but you have to trade that like you're trading that. You can't trade UEC like you trade CCJ because they're different, even though they're in the same sector. So I know I get tells from things, but go with what's giving you the message instead of looking for a related play because you might feel a little late or a little early because you didn't do the major play. So
like I say, appreciate
that's an important thing too.
And I'm not, listen, I'm just getting frustrated because it's a position with mine, which I'm short the market. Another position, there's still rotation. I'm not going to go to my screen now because it'll deflect my attention. But coach, you do have to adapt to change. Like I say, it's something that I collared that I thought would be a winner in a down market that's not. So that's frustrating because I'm always mixed. So a short that I will. So I'll move on. It's just that's a rule that I established, and I really, after all these
I like
years,
it.
I feel like I really put 7, 8 figures in my pocket over time. And by the way, I can't abide the rules. Without rules, there's chaos. And this comes from a person that's a trader that's pretty liberal. I'm a Republican, but in a liberal lifestyle.
Okay.
So without rules, there's chaos. I'm not getting blown out in it. But I've started a couple of days ago, and I'm not ending it. No
My
more initiations. Back.
my buddy in Albuquerque goes for a walk near a golf course, and the other day he found a golf ball, and on it said chaos.
It said what?
It said chaos on
All
the
right.
ball.
I like
So you don't
chaos.
want to golf with that guy or be anywhere anywhere around him.
No, I don't
Um,
mind. I don't mind chaos, even uncontrolled chaos, because you just have to have without rules. There's discipline. Chaos breeds opportunity, but without rules, there's that goes out the rule. And here's another. This is just another thing of emblematic in the market, trying to have an opinions over price action. This
yeah.
is from our buddy Dan. Believe me, he's a good trader. Market hasn't had a 10-handle pullback since Wednesday's open. What was yesterday? Monday. So you're going to 4 trading days now after 4 days of 100 handles. So the binary moves. So there's some reasons to why I do it, but
Yeah.
sometimes if you're caught off sides, for example, and then when somebody's caught in this, was caught somebody like in this that where it gapped down and was a long 34. They're caught in this, and it doesn't. There's going to take a little bit of this time to unwind. I'm just using this as an example
Okay.
of stock.
All right. Let me ask you this: have any option sweeps backed up the decline?
Yes.
What are they buying?
SMCI, Nevada, and AMD.
Okay.
The three
And
best.
how much time are they buying?
Short term. They're trying to take advantage of the squeeze.
Okay. Then they're
There you
buying
go, right here.
puts,
Let's
so
look. Let's look. Now, I know you. You led me into that question. I know that. Walmart sweeps, Nvidia target raised, CVS Bullflow. I don't know why that is. SoFi. Everybody likes SoFi for some reason.
they're buying calls on this dip.
Yeah.
There's no put buying.
No. Well, we'll look.
Okay.
I haven't listened. I've been talking for 20 minutes. Let's
All
look.
right.
Nevada, Meta bullish.
TLT, I just saw bullish wise guy action on TLT. I think
Yeah,
they're early.
that's February. 33,000 opening bet. I don't put too much credence in it.
Yeah.
Not to belittle myself, but I could do that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I hope the guy's right, but I'm not saying that I'm wrong, but I could make it.
I could do that too, but
That's what I'm saying.
I might be under a bridge after a few of those. Anyway,
What's taking calls? I wrote it down early. Shopify. Worst
that's
the
something.
first. That's the first. Now, what's going on in
They're
Shopify?
buying puts. Where are they buying puts? Multi-sweep gold. They're buying the four. That's not a big bet, 16K. It's a
No,
second from the top.
16K and 16K. No.
No. Okay.
What
All right.
bonds are they
So
buying? Carvana. This is good. This has been all day. They've been buying Carvana, and I even wrote that down. Carvana. Why? I don't think the Carvana fundamentals are improving, or the CPI numbers was favored in Carvana's. Crisp are taking calls. Thank God. In Carvana's balance sheet. I don't think it was very compared to what I think CPI. It should be negative for Carvana, as a stock like AFRM still gives it all back.
yeah,
Carvana, they're buying calls. Why, Coach? It's above the 50-day. It's heavily shorted.
yeah.
It should be
They're going to
negative.
squeeze them.
It's positive.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I would short. I'm not saying that no longer. I don't care if Carvana was down $14 to $47, whatever it was. I would not short it above the 50-day.
All
That's
right.
always been my rule and my mentor's rule. It's just what it is.
That looks heavy.
Chevron above the 50. No, let's look at
Yeah.
something else. IBM, for example. All right, that's acting well above the 50-day. Coles. You can look at everything.
Yeah. There's not as much carnage as you would have expected for with 100 handle decline in SPX.
Here I give you another example of a stock not following the CCJ UEC example. Crisp. They're both gene editing. CRISPR is the best of breed. That one's acting very well today, and it has been. As you know, this was one of my long-term plays. It used to be up here, and I still like it. You would probably say it's going to the 200-day, probably even forward. Great relative strength, and considering what it's doing to the XPI, stock's an animal always. So then I bought some Nutella today. The baby brother, by the way, there's also Edit, which is, and then they bought Nutella. The UEC of the CCJ of gene editing. Now I'm buying Nutella because CRISP is going. This is me, I'm buying.
Okay.
And now you know what? It's lagging. Why is it lagging?
Because there's pressure in the market.
Below the 50-day, bad move, Mike V. CRISP is like Carvana. Above all the 50, like you say, it maybe doesn't matter in the same sector as even we've seen things have been bifurcating even within sectors. So
yeah, that's
normally
what I mean.
I was raised if Exxon is going and Chevron's going, I automatically think when I was a trader, I don't know, buy MUR, buy MRO, buy APA, buy whatever it may be.
Can't do that anymore.
So I would buy a basket full of oils.
Right.
And they usually work as the leader was going, but now even them is separated.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. It's really a tough market. A lot of these things that we used to do, that's why every chart is its own entity. And I've made that mistake on and off for years. I have to keep reminding myself because I'm big on intermarket relationships, but every chart's its own. What's this? It looks like ARM.
Holo.
Parabolic.
I mean, this is Holo. This is a whatever it is. From 3 to 42. They broke it now. Now it's above the 200-day. There's a key.
People getting killed in this stuff.
Coach, excuse me.
They're buying bulges. They're getting lousy fills, and then they get out, and then it pops, and then it pops, and they get back in, and then it breaks again. I just can imagine what's happening there.
ANF, another example of what's going in the market, all-time highs. They tried to destroy it. ANF is $8 off the low.
Yeah.
They printed 108. It's 116. Stock, it doesn't matter. You know what? Gap Stores is below, I believe, is below the moving and averages.
Yeah.
American Eagle, actually, that's acting better, but there are some others. But ANF, it's a behemoth. The RSI is not even overbought. I covered this at 102, and I lost like $1. And that, that also edified my statement. I'm sick of. I mean, not that I have a thick skin. It's not that I could take losses. That's hard money. It's just I'm so tired of it.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
Especially in this market, and my mentors are saying things I haven't seen that I haven't seen. Look, Coach, this is something. I mean, this is worse than, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The RSI has been over 90 for freaking 4 days. Here we go.
Amazing.
It is amazing. And the bottom of VIX is coming in. Now the market's probably settling in a little bit. Here's what I see. Yeah. Right here. Order flow update. Sweepers not really doing a whole lot out there. Put sweepers extremely selective. They're probably like a PLCE. They're taking advantage. It's just pounding any things that people are on the wrong side of. I don't think the put sweepers are in there, saying I want to pick the top in SMCI or NVIDIA. There are call sweepers in there hedging. Anyway, buyers mostly in the large cap names. We just brought them all up. But a good amount of February rolling. Carvana bounce play. That's what it's, I'm not in it, but it's our job to articulate what's going on. Let's write it down. Carvana, Mike V, 11:22 a.m. See what it does. Write down some, back test it. I don't care if it's on an index card. I know I'm a
timid flow into the weakness on both sides.
Otherwise, mostly selected timid flow. MU taking some calls. They're in MU right here, 87,000 above the ask. Some call, I get it. You know what I mean? MU. Let's take a look just for example. You can write it down right near MU, taking some calls. February 24th. I don't put much credence in that. That's what, a week away? But here it is, MU. Okay, going up to the 50-day. Not really my type of play anymore, but the stock does what? Have 87 to 81. Good price range, action. I mean, it's going with the semis. Where's MU today? All right, this is not the type. Okay, MU's taking calls, for example. So MU range today is from 81.80 to 82.70. $1 range in MU. Here's the chart below the mid-moving averages. MU's got to have a $4 range for me, $3 range for me to even be consider these type of calls affected. You know, maybe the guy's, I don't know, maybe he's hedging.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. So I
I'll
don't put
sell
much.
the guy that calls.
I know. I would sell them to him too, just like I would sell the guys that buy the. Everybody was pounding these. That was. I mean, that was obviously somebody hedging a position. This was one. I mean, I wish
What
they would do
happened?
that in
What
freaking
happened? Did
CC.
a mine collapse? What was the news on
No,
this?
Coach, I've been so busy. I was hoping you'd tell me. I haven't even
I
gotten
don't
the
know.
news yet.
I don't know.
I
You
read
know,
news around. I don't.
sometimes not sometimes, avoiding bad trades is as important as being in good trades. This
Well,
would bury your account.
Coach, this was taking most calls in the
Yeah,
CCJ.
yeah.
The
So even
CCJ's a
option
computer.
sweeps, there's no holy grail.
No, but
You have
you
to
and I
put gold.
debated this. You and I have been talking about it and still both staying away from it. I even said yesterday, SSRE, it may be time. Yesterday,
Yeah,
it looked like it might be time. It was
yeah.
finishing above this gap. It had
Yeah.
all the good signs. Had a little. The
You know what
rotation
that
was.
low is? And, maybe it's a harbinger of what a lot of the other silver stocks put that up again, that long-term chart, that low in 2020, that's a COVID low right there. It took out the COVID low. That's a lot of
COVID low.
price
It's
to give up.
50%. It's go take out. It's 50% on COVID. Take
All
out.
right, anyway,
Takeout's like taking a stock,
there
taking out a
are a
couple.
lot of miners that are approaching their COVID lows, like AG. 420s, the COVID lows, and that's kind of almost to some people a blue chip majestic. Look at that one. Anyway, all right. Let's just hope the market isn't going back to Tesla COVID lows, because then we got lots of problems. It's okay if it's metals. Um, you know, that's all right. How the banks acting today?
They're acting. Look at this bastards. The bank's acting right here. There's one. Why am I on a 1 minute? It goes back like 10 days. Banks,
Okay.
do
Yeah,
or die.
yeah, they're
Flip the chart around.
yeah,
Morgan Stanley, do or die.
yeah,
Citibank, the proverbial 50-day line in the sand.
yeah.
Let's book the biggest daddy, JP and the
Sell
boys.
rips.
JP Morgan is
That looks the best.
the ANF of bank stocks.
Okay.
There's no question about it.
All right. All right, brother. I think we shared some real good advice, not just what we see in the markets, but
Look at UEC. Look
between
at
you
this.
and I, we have about 60 years in the markets.
How about our insights? Have about 100.
Our insights? Oh, yeah. You mean our like the guys in trading places that
No,
go
like
into the bathroom?
I'm talking about liver, brain cells,
Yeah.
kidneys,
Try and
back.
trade with a migraine.
I've seen a friend of mine in Florida, good friend of mine, 6'8", bad. Used to play rugby for Penn State. He used to crawl up in a fetal position under his desk like a baby from a migraine.
Yeah, I cry, mommy too. So anyway, man,
Well,
good
look at
broadcast.
USC. We can't look at UEC. I'm long. This was 792 when we came on. Now it's
If you want to blame anyone for the decline, you have to blame Patrick Mahomes.
No, I
All
wouldn't. I
right,
don't.
because
I
the
don't blame.
Super Bowl indicator became bearish on Sunday. Okay, Super Bowl indicator. So blame Mahomes, not Taylor Swift. She didn't do anything. Anyway, have a great rest of the day, Mike. I know you're not into macro stuff that much, but I
I
have
don't
a
have
lady.
time.
I know I have a lady tomorrow who knows all about this geo stuff. You know what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in the Middle East with China. So if that's your thing, and you want to be, edified on, um, uh, edified on global events and things, tune in tomorrow 10 a.m. EST. I'm sure you'll be doing a stream. A lot of people watching us now, Mike. We must be
No,
doing
well, you know
something
what?
right.
It's. This is what I believe in. I see the numbers. It's some of the trades always aren't right in the right pew, but we're always in the right church.
Yeah.
Not to make it a religious situation, and we should be. It's a job. I mean, you asked me about BMR. I told you about BMR today. These. I'm not in it. Stock had, went from 35, $9. It opened up today. It doubled. It tripled on the open, BMR.
You
It's
know how
my
many
choice.
people, yeah, and you know how
It's
many
my
people
choice
are,
to look at Holo. 2 minutes.
yeah.
I could have bought it right on the dip at 32 and been up $8.
You know how many
Look,
people are
Coach, you
riding the
saw it 1 minute.
miners?
This is a 1 minute chart. You asked 31 to 38. This thing is $7 rip on
I'm too
hold.
old. I'm too old to react like that, but there are a lot of people riding the miners for months now, for years now. They got to be down 50, 60, 70%. Anyway,
It's Holo halted up. Halted up, halted. 38 last trade.
wow.
Alexis, bravo for posting. Surf's up. Here we go, Coach. Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there it is.
A heads up for Valina.
Valina, I'm going to have to ask her how to pronounce her last name. Why don't you take a shot at it?
Chakarova. Easy.
Oh, okay. Chakarova.
That's from
Anyway,
going from all the Russian bathhouses when I was a kid.
I think she's in Austria.
Okay.
And so we'll be talking to Valina tomorrow. And, you know, they just got rid of their general in Ukraine. And, you know, Biden is getting ready to, you know, cut Israel off. There's a lot of things going on. You know, our adversaries are looking at what's happening with our presidential candidates not remembering the state or confusing people with each other. So I'm looking forward to it. It's always interested me.
No, I appreciate that,
All right.
Coach. I'm so
All right.
short term. I'm just hoping I eat something in the next hour before I fall over.
Go have lunch, bro. It's an order. That's an order.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, Coach. VWAP. This is what I look at. It's an order. You know what? You're probably right. BS VWAP. Go listen. Everybody should go over my Twitter feed, curate things.
Yeah.
I follow like 77 people. It's quality, not quantity. A lot of good stuff here. Carvana still taking calls. Carvana and Nevada. So what's Carvana doing since we're
Benign.
not going overboard? Carvana doing nothing. SSRM. The margin calls are all out of this thing yet. This is, you know what? If this turns out to be, can this turn out to be a PLCE, Coach?
What? The market? You mean come all the way back?
SSRM.
Mike, I think we have a month to digest what happened since October.
I got you. You know what? We'll leave it at that. That coach says take a walk or something. That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
go take Tony for a walk and eat a
Tony.
sandwich.
I will. Okay.
That's
Cheers,
my
everyone.
advice.
Got to be in the room. Got to be active, Coach. You can lead the.
Be in the room. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Learn from traders that are better than you. Surround yourself with them and you'll rise to their level. It's happened to me. It could happen to you. It's happened to Mike. It could happen to you. So that's a wrap. Everyone, good luck. Preserve capital. Markets will be here after the dust settles. Make sure your equity is. See you, brother.
Cheers, Coach. Thanks
All
again.
right. All right, bro.
Oof.